Detective Riley Parker stood in the dimly lit study, staring at the chaotic scene before her. Papers were strewn across the floor, bookshelves ransacked, and a once organized desk now a mess of scattered notes and open journals. She had seen her share of crime scenes, but this one was different. The victim, Dr. Emma Collins, was not just another name in the system. She was known for her extraordinary ability, hyperthymesia, the rare condition of possessing superior autobiographical memory. Emma could recall every moment of her life with astonishing clarity, from childhood to her final days. But now, her remarkable mind had been silenced forever. Her lifeless body lay crumpled on the floor, surrounded by the chaos of her own memories. Whoever had done this hadn't just taken her life. They had stolen her very essence. Riley's partner, Detective Alex Torres, joined her in the study. "Another one," he said grimly, glancing at the body. "That makes 3 in the past month." Riley nodded, her mind racing. This was no ordinary killer. The memory thief, as the media had dubbed him, targeted individuals with hyperthymesia. He meticulously planned each murder, leaving behind a trail of stolen journals and personal records. It was as if he was trying to erase their lives, one memory at a time. "Any leads?" Alex asked, breaking Riley's train of thought. "Not yet," she replied. "But I'm starting to see a pattern. Each victim had their journals and personal records stolen. The killer isn't just murdering them, he's collecting their memories." Alex raised an eyebrow. "But why? What could he possibly gain from their memories?" Riley shrugged, frustration gnawing at her. "I don't know, but we need to find out, before he strikes again." The first clue, A's, Riley, and Alex dug deeper into the case. They uncovered a startling connection between the victims. All of them had been part of a support group for individuals with hyperthymesia, organized by a renowned neurologist, Dr. Victor Harris. The group met regularly to share their experiences and struggles, offering support and understanding that only those with hyperthymesia could truly provide. Riley decided to pay Dr. Harris a visit, hoping he could shed some light on the situation. The neurologist's office was a stark contrast to the chaos of the crime scenes, immaculately clean and organized, with shelves lined with medical books and research papers. "Detective Parker, Detective Torres," Dr. Harris greeted them with a warm smile. "What brings you here today?" Riley got straight to the point. "We're investigating the recent murders of several individuals with hyperthymesia. We understand they were part of a support group you organized." Dr. Harris's face paled. "Yes, I heard about the murders. It's tragic, truly. These individuals had such remarkable minds." "Can you think of anyone who might have had a motive to harm them?" Alex asked. Dr. Harris shook his head. "I can't imagine anyone wanting to hurt them. They were all kind, intelligent people. But there was someone who attended a few meetings several months ago, a man named David Keller. He was fascinated by their abilities, almost obsessively so. He stopped coming to the meetings after a while, but I remember he asked a lot of questions about their memories and how they documented them." Riley exchanged a glance with Alex. "Do you have any contact information for this David Keller?" Dr. Harris nodded, retrieving a file from his desk. "Here's his address and phone number. I hope this helps." The prime suspect armed with the new lead, Riley and Alex wasted no time tracking down David Keller. His apartment was a modest, cluttered space filled with books and papers. The walls were adorned with articles and clippings about memory and the brain. When David opened the door, he looked surprised but not alarmed. "Detectives, what can I do for you?" "We'd like to ask you a few questions about the recent murders," Riley said, observing his reaction closely. David's expression turned somber. "I heard about those. It's horrible. Those people were incredible. Their memories, it was like they could relive every moment of their lives. I was fascinated by them." Dr. Harris mentioned that you attended some of their support group meetings, Alex said. Why did you stop going? David sighed, rubbing the back of his neck. I realized I didn't belong there. My interest in their abilities was purely academic. I'm a neuroscientist, you see. I was studying hyperthymesia for my research. Did you ever meet the victims outside of the group? Riley asked. David hesitated. I did meet a few of them briefly. I wanted to learn more about their experiences, but they were understandably cautious. I didn't want to intrude on their lives. Riley's instincts told her there was more to David's story, but without concrete evidence, they couldn't hold him. As they left his apartment, she couldn't shake the feeling that he was hiding something. Days turned into weeks, and the investigation seemed to be at a standstill. Then one evening, Riley received a call from the tech team. They had managed to recover some deleted files from one of the victim's stolen laptops. Among the files was a series of encrypted emails, all sent to a single address. David Keller's. Riley and Alex confronted David with the evidence. Cornered, he finally confessed. I didn't mean to hurt them, David said, his voice trembling. I was studying their memories, trying to understand how hyperthymesia works. I wanted to document their lives, preserve their experiences, but I became obsessed. I started stealing their journals, their personal records. I needed to know everything. And then you killed them, Riley said, her voice cold. David shook his head vehemently. No, I swear I didn't kill them. I only took their memories. Someone else must have followed me, used my obsession to cover their tracks. The real killer Riley and Alex knew they needed to dig deeper. If David wasn't the killer, who was? They re-examined the evidence, looking for anything they might have missed. That's when they found it. A small, seemingly insignificant detail in one of the victim's journals. A mention of a mysterious man who had been asking questions about hyperthymesia, someone who had never attended the support group. Their investigation led them to a former patient of Dr. Harris, a man named Leonard Price. Leonard had been diagnosed with severe memory loss and had become fixated on the idea of hyperthymesia. He believed that by stealing the memories of those with superior autobiographical memory, he could somehow cure his own condition. Riley and Alex tracked Leonard to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town. Inside, they found a disturbing collection of journals and personal records, meticulously organized and cataloged. Leonard was sitting at a desk, poring over the stolen memories, lost in his own twisted world. When he saw the detectives, he reached for a gun, but Riley and Alex were quicker. They disarmed him and placed him under arrest. As Leonard was led away, Riley couldn't help but feel a sense of relief. The memory thief's reign of terror was over, but the scars he had left behind would never fully heal. Epilogue. The trial of Leonard Price was a media sensation. People were horrified by the idea of someone stealing memories, erasing lives in such a profound way. Leonard was sentenced to life in prison, but the damage he had done would linger in the minds of those who had known his victims. For Riley and Alex, the case was a stark reminder of the fragility of memory and the lengths to which some would go to possess it. They returned to their lives, carrying the weight of the memories they had sworn to protect. And in the quiet moments, Riley couldn't help but think of Dr. Emma Collins and the others who had fallen victim to the memory thief. Their lives, their memories, were now part of a story that would never be forgotten.